Welcome to this webinar about why most small businesses go bust within the first 5 years. Hopefully today I'll be able to give you some insights to stop your business going bust, or to at least help you improve and grow and improve your accountability. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. Now, I'm Sally Brady. I'm a business planning specialist and executive coach, and I worked as a successful accountant and senior manager in the corporate sector for over 30 years. Now, my experience helped me understand and experience life when profit margins and people are squeezed and the pressure that brings. And also having my own company, I also know the struggles of a small business owner, and there's several hats that we have to wear. We often have to be a HR manager, the accountant, the salesperson, the operations manager. There's so many hats we have to wear. But I also know how cash planning is imperative within our business too. And that cash planning has earned me the title as Sally Brady, the cash flow lady, during my career as a self-employed person too. So you'll often see me tagged around as hashtag cash flow lady. Right. Also, during my time in the corporate world, I saw a lot of great leaders with very, very little knowledge around financials and about measuring business. But they don't have to have that because they have a strong team around them to support and grow the business. Now, again, this is something as a self-employed person or a small business we don't have. And so for me, this was a key driver within my own business to help you, give you the vital knowledge to help you grow and sustain your business. And this is another reason why I built this webinar today. Now, I want to move on now to some facts and figures. That these are statistics that I've drawn from the government website. And this is to help you understand about the growth within your business, about why businesses go bust. So just think about this for a minute. The average employed person earns 31,000 a year, but the average self-employed person earns 22,000 a year. Now, you might say that's rubbish because some plumbers, electricians, tradespeople earn far more, but do they? Think about the hours you work. Now, an average employed person works 37 hours a week, and the average self-employed person works about 60 hours a week. So quite often, yes, you might say as a self-employed person, oh, they earn lots of money, but actually the hours they work, does that bring them down to the minimum wage? Now, at the time of recording this, the minimum wage was £8.71. And I know quite a lot of people that the hours they're putting into their business, they're probably only earning about £5 an hour. Now, that is only slightly more than a trainee would earn, which, again, is something that horrifies us, that how much people get paid. The other thing to think about as well is, as an employed person, you get paid holiday. Quite often get benefits like healthcare, cash plan, paid sick pay. There are so many things you get as an employed person that a self-employed person you don't get as a small business owner, unless you have several employees. And I'm talking beyond sort of the 20 employees, 10 employees quite often. You won't have any of those benefits for yourself. Now, could you actually step away from your business as well and go on holiday for 6 months and know your business is fine? Probably not. But then you probably couldn't do that in the employed world either. So it's just something to think about. And these are all things that I want to make you aware of today. Now, moving on from this, because I want you to think about those statistics. Again, why do businesses go bust within the first 5 years? There's two main key points: not knowing the numbers, and I mean financials, about keeping ahead of and tracking your financials, and lead generation. Now, lead generation is so easy these days. There's so many free tools out there. We've got LinkedIn, we've got Twitter, we've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. There are so many things out there that you could actually promote your business, and it's the consistency there too. So it's consistency around knowing your numbers, keeping track of your financials, and also your lead generation. Now, lead generation isn't my key area, but it's something that I have to work on and measure within my business too. Hence the reason I put it in. You'll say, why does a financial person want to know about lead generation? Because of course I do. It's part of growing my business. So it's not just about knowing my numbers. It's also about the lead generation, which is knowing your numbers. Now, again, 95% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. I am going to keep pushing that statistic to you, because actually normally when you start your business, you're booming and you have a great idea and it's, your business is a huge success. But within a year, things start to fall away if you don't track your business. Now, I've shown you two little piggy banks here, because one is 50% of what happens and then 25% of what happens in the following year. You're 50% of there in your first year because you're building your business, you're growing, you're focusing. And then the second year, quite often you're 25% of the way there because you haven't measured within your business. Now, I know a lot of business owners who come to me and it's about the fear of numbers and they've got no accountability, no measures in place, and quite often don't even have a plan, so didn't have a plan to follow. The biggest one I see is fear of numbers, thinking you need to be an accountant to run your business, and you don't. There's some fantastic tools out there to help you as business owners that once you get on board with them, they're easy. There's Xero, QuickBooks. I dare say Sage. I'm not a big fan of Sage, but it's another package out there. But Xero and QuickBooks as a small business owner, fantastic. And I can show you the tools and measures that they can help you with and help you get past that fear. Because after all, we want your business to succeed. We don't want you to fail within the first 5 years because you didn't track your cash or you didn't feel accountable, you had no measures in place and you didn't have a plan to follow. Now, the next slides I'm going to show you are about measuring. Now, these KPIs are around sales revenue, cost per lead, customer lifetime value, marketing return on investment, and you'll get, I don't need all these as a small business owner, but you do. And they're, again, so easy to build. Now, some of these you can just do in a simple Excel spreadsheet. Track your revenue, your cost per lead. Are you using Facebook ads? Are you using LinkedIn ads? Are you just doing, growth, evergreen growth within your own marketing that you've built? You're not using any ads. You're doing organic growth. These still things you need to measure. I measure these things. I measure how many people I reach out to, whether it's converted or not. When I do a webinar, I keep track of how many people watch the webinar. I look at my YouTube statistics. I look at my LinkedIn statistics. I measure all these things, and these are key things within your business. And a wise old bird told me once, what gets measured gets managed. And that is so, so true. So think about these things. You probably think, I don't need any of this, but actually you do. And again, look at how much it costs to gain a customer. What your revenue is per year, what your revenue is per week, per month, how many new customers you've got, the average revenue per customer. And when I'm talking about revenue, I'm talking about sales. How many sales has that customer generated you? And what was the cost of having that customer? So it might have been a great sale, but actually you didn't make a lot of margin on it. How do you measure that? Again, all these things I can actually show you and help you get real insights into your business to stop you going bust. Now, yes, you might survive 5-10 years, but actually, how long can you actually exist without knowing these? Now, I know several businesses at the moment that are struggling. They've not kept track of their cash. They've not tracked their sales. They've not had management accounts. They've had no accounts. They're not looking at the profit and loss or the balance sheet or the cash each month. And all these things are so, so simple to do with the right tools and a little bit of knowledge and some accountability. Now, I run a monthly subscription, and I'll talk about this at the end of the slides. Now, that holds you accountable, and I offer my services within that to help you remain accountable. But most businesses, you need to have at least the minimum of reporting in place of a cash flow. Review your cash flow weekly. Have a business plan. Build your business plan from the start. If you didn't build a business plan, implement and build one now and measure it. Look at 2 to 5 years. Again, very simple to do. Start from the very, very beginning of your sales, what you know about your sales and your costs, and track it. And then look at where you want to be in 2, 3, 5 years' time. When do you want to exit your business? Think about that. How would you do that? Build those measures and those reviews into your plan. And all the way along, the biggest thing for me is about reviewing and measuring. Once you can review and measure everything within your business, you're an absolute winner. You know where you're going. You're being proactive. You're not reacting. Now, again, when it comes to cash flow, a lot of the time I see is people don't have a cash flow. They might have accounts, you might have a profit and loss and a balance sheet, and you'll have that once a year, I'm sure. And I'm sure if any of you know me on LinkedIn, you'll know that I talk about the once a year accountants. I call them the Grim Reaper, and this is because the information you get once a year is too late. All this information is things that you need to be reviewing monthly. And these are all the key elements about measuring and being able to have visibility within your business to stop you going bust. Because if you've got visibility, again, you know exactly where you're going and you will measure that. When I come back to cash flow, again, if you have visibility and you can look 3, 6, 12 months ahead, then you will know if something is about to happen. You'll know if you've got a problem ensuing. You know, seeing it tomorrow is too late. If you can see 3 months ahead and you've got a problem happening, you can deal with it. You can know how you can drive more sales. You can find a new way to market, or you can go and borrow money if you need to. But if you don't have that visibility, how are you going to survive? Yes, you might have survived right now, and you're probably laughing, saying, "Oh, I didn't do any of that, and I don't need it." You do. You need it. If you're serious about your business, you need to be accountable, and you need to be tracking information. Now, one of the things I talked about earlier on in the presentation was my monthly subscription. Now, it's £30 a month. I start with a bonus one-to-one session where I meet with you for an hour. We go through all your reporting. If you have an accounting system or a bookkeeping system, we will look at that together and see what key reports you can get out of it. How I can make things simple for you. I do a monthly Q&A with all my subscription members where you can drop in and use my time I'd sit there for an hour and you can drop in and ask me questions, and I can support you. I also have a telephone support that is part of the subscription. You can just book a call with me so we can help you. I do think, and I do hope that I go over and above with this, because I think it's really, really key to any business to have that accountability and support. And that's why I keep it at a low price, because you might often have an accountant, but on this where I keep you accountable. So it's about you doing what you need to do. And actually, quite often, I can save you more money than I cost you within a year, because I can help you see cost reduction. I can help you produce more information for your accountant that reduces your accountancy fees. Now, that one is key, because quite often a lot of you are paying upwards of £500 to £1,200, even £3,000 for an accountant each year to audit your books. So I can help you produce more information in a timely fashion and simplified and quick that will actually help you reduce your accountancy fees too. So you can do nothing. You can go and do it yourself without my help, or you can join my subscription service. So again, let's look at what I can offer you. So I can offer you cash flow management support. I can teach you how to build a cash flow and how easy it is to maintain it. I have templates that I can give you. We'll do a financial reporting support where I can look at what financial reports you can get out of your system, or help you build a system, or introduce you to what we discuss as a review of what accounting system is suitable for your business. I can teach you about the 3 key reports within your business. I can also show you some KPIs, and cost saving reviews. KPI, key performance indicators, your sales revenue, your marketing, looking at your social media and your lead gen. I can help you with that, because it's something I have to do myself. I do telephone and email support, and I also do a monthly Q&A. Now, I generally start with a bonus session of a 60-minute consultation with you to go through all of this and look at what you've got. And then if you need my support to help you build this beyond what I would normally offer within my subscription, I offer you a 25% discount on any additional work required. And I'm also quite often a lot faster than you would be. So we can work together and we can help you build some real key reports and stop you going bust within the first 5 years. Now, it's easy. It's sallybrady.co.uk, monthly business planning support subscription. The link is there. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll happily answer you. We can have a chat on the phone. We can have a Zoom call just to cover any problems you might have or any questions you might have. But it's £30 a month to hold you accountable and stop you going bust within the first 5 years of your business. Now, I hope some of this information has been useful to you today. If not, as I say, reach out to me at sally@sallybrady.co.uk. You'll also find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you're on any of those platforms, follow me and also have a chat with me. And I hope today I've helped you, and I hope to see you very soon.